Hello, comrades. It's Premier River, and we have gotten our footpaths done over in this area. If you guys have been watching the last episodes, I think it was like 2 or 3 episodes now. I thought I was already over here. Just kind of amazing how long it takes to get some of this stuff done. But if we come here, turn on our HUD, and we look, I put 10 people in here just to sort of make sure things were okay. And I thought, wait, let me stop. And we'll go grab up some other people. So let's take a look at our population. I did get a comment asking if we could look at the state of things, like our economy and whatnot. But one of the things I wanted to look at is how many plus 21s or unemployed do we have? Because it could give us a little bit of an idea. So we have 300 plus 21s around the map. And our population hasn't grown all that much, but that's what I want, right? I don't want to grow the population too much because we can't afford to feed them all too well anyway. When we started, not when we ended the last episode, but before that, we had like 700,000 or 800,000 with our money going up. Now it's going down. So we need to get that under control. And then let's real quick take a look at our economy. So let's take a look at last year. This is before we get, so this was 1978. We made 2 million and we imported 1 million. So we were doing pretty well at that point, for a plus of 700,000 for the year. If we take a look at what we imported a lot of, well, meat, and we expected that, and chemicals. Yeah, we're working towards an oil refinery as we speak. And then there's fuels. That's, once we get this oil refinery done, there's a good almost 700,000 of our money right there. Not to mention add the bitumen, which we haven't used much, so we can get some roads and higher efficiency. And yeah, electrical components. Look at that. Yeah, I'm sort of dragging my feet with getting more of the rail done because of that. That's a lot of money when you consider we spent 2 million for the year. 10% of our entire budget went to electrical components. No, more than that, because we spent 1 million, right? Yeah, that's almost 200,000. So close to 20%, 17%. Yeah, so that's quite a bit. And other than that, little odds and ends when we didn't produce these things ourselves as far as boards and steel, probably little projects that I clicked on. Let's take a look at this year so far. Has anything significant changed? No. Well, we started doing more fuel, but I think we've been messing with distributions and stuff so much that sort of makes some sense. And then food went way up, so that's definitely something we have to get a handle on here. It's not importing so much food. You can see it's going up as we speak. So, and I do have plans for that, right? I just went and purchased a few more vehicles. So we are now, like they're just not in place yet. So I got a few vehicles that are going to come into here and grab food and clothing. And the other thing I did, one of the reasons we're losing money so quickly is because I don't want 40% clothes in here. I want like 11 tons of clothes is like more than we'll ever need. So I cut these down to right around 5% on all these other things, and then actually increase the alcohol, which we'll never distribute to our people because it's evil in the game. But then you can see we'll have food. So there should be like trucks on the way here. Here and here I added to this warehouse and this warehouse, and then I think we had already done this one, so we should be pretty good there. Yeah, I see 2 trucks sitting in here. What is this? And this is the food one. Yeah, we could probably switch this guy out for a smaller one. But I think we're okay for the moment, right? I'm not going to worry about that because I think each one of these will now go to each one of our stores. So I think we'll stop doing food fairly shortly. And we should also be producing enough because we cut down. I actually increased the number of people going to a couple of these. There we go. That's what I wanted to see. Now, do we have... Yeah, we have what I would call excess food here. Hopefully we're not exporting it when we don't want to. I don't have a lot of faith in our distribution working like I expected to, but some of it is my lack of experience with the distribution and not knowing what to expect it to. I'd really, just so you know, I'm not going to talk too much more about distribution until we get this guy fixed. We're done. This is a medium distribution center. I want to play around with it. We're helping out with the farms. I want to see about maybe getting this guy to do some of the exporting. So like now my problem is, do we keep buying vehicles to get clothes being exported from here? And I don't think that that's the worst idea I ever heard of, because we definitely want to keep ahead of the close. And I would put those vehicles in here in the long run. Here's one of my things about the distribution, right? We come over here. I don't know, if this is such a big deal. Things tend to be pretty steady state. And then here's another thing about these distributions. Distribute with trains. It's like, I forgot to say that over the last 5 episodes talking about distribution. Distribute with cranes. So, like, when we compare the efficiency of distributing this stuff with trucks, sure. But if you're going to use trains, it just... So, like, the thing that this is the best at is not getting things to the stores, right? So I would bring a train here, drop stuff off with a train to a distribution, and then take it over to your stores. You don't need this distribution. But I will say that the distribution actually will work pretty well for the exporting more than anything else. And maybe early game it'll work too. So in any event, I want to come in here and... Oh, I had the purchase open. Yeah, let's do a covered haul. You know what? We're going to do 2 covered hauls. And we'll set them up with the same... I want you to, actually come here, and here, right, and then can we get all the way over, there it is, and here, and here. So until we get that thing built, this would just be 2 trucks that are going to take clothing, and they're going to wait for clothing. Yeah, I actually don't even want you to do that. Just anything. Start. Good. Yeah, that'll take us back over there quickly. All right, now I have these 2, by the way, are open here because these are actually the ones that need to go to Treugolnik. Right, so I have to get them emptied. So this one got emptied, so I can delete this. Right, so this is... Oh no, this guy's going to Reverville. That's one of the reasons we're still buying food. So if we come up here, I had to send them to get... Well, I didn't have to, but I didn't want to waste the clothing. Right, especially now that our money's going down like it is. All right, so there we go. So we're going to get that guy. Could be closed. Oops, jeez. And then this guy he should be pretty close to the same. Yeah. Well, we'll give him another minute, of course. All right, so there we go. So, like, yeah, you can see our money's going down. I think it's just because we're not exporting clothes. And I did put another guy. There is a truck that I have to remember to take off of here eventually. He's coming into here and just getting some of these clothes out of here and exporting them, which should all add up to money. Right, so I think we're pretty good to stop talking about distribution for 10 minutes. At least that's the way it feels from my side. All right, what I want to do is let's go grab... you know what, I'll put them over here away from that truck, right? So we're just going to kind of grab some people out of here. We're going to try to put at least 300, just get rid of all of our... All right, we'll grab one from down here, and we'll grab some more from like here. Right, I don't want to deplete the populations in these places, but yeah, let's take from like this one, like this one. I don't think they're... No, you know what? This one, not that one. This one. No, not that one. I want to take from one of the undecided. Yeah. So like that way, it doesn't. The people that are scheduled to go to certain places, I don't want to mess with them. All right, so let's see. Can we get... there we go. And then we'll see. I don't think this is going to matter too much, but we'll see if people... We'll do this a little bit slowly, right? So I'm just going to sit here and click the button until the productive age workers go down. Because then the darn save... I don't remember the save doing that. Where it, like, blocks you out of, like, whatever you were doing. It like, when I'm clicking, it's messing up my clicking because it decides to undo whatever I just clicked, in a sense. All right, see how this is just like refilling back up with people? So like once the plus 21s, yeah, we'll give that 2 shots there. I don't want to take too many from, yeah, that should be, all right, let's go back down to the bottom one since that'll, see how that refilled again. Yeah, we'll take 3 because I know we have a bunch in here. Now that we got a feel for it. The one on the left there from Reverville, they don't have as many people, generally speaking. All right, let's see what that's doing. See, we're down to 144. Now, how many do we have in here? 320. So that should get us pretty close to 0, you know, as far as, you know, that goes. Now, I'm not that worried about it, but that's 300 people. That's probably like, yeah, let's just let this, for other reasons, which is that you don't really want to slam these things. Oh, I didn't mean to close that truck. Yeah, and I went and manually did it. Or did I hit escape? Is that him? Ah, yay. He's on his way back, too. All right, very good. All right, so now this guy will go down and get us food from wherever to wherever. From our local warehouse. I think that was Treugolnik. That's what I meant by whatever. So he's going to go from here and bring food over to here. So let's zoom in here and see how we're doing with these buildings. Make sure we're, some of the goods, yeah, well, we got the goods we care about. And we're purchasing if we have to, which is fine. Good. We're going to have party officials, which I think is the same thing as educated. Or is that different now? Do we actually have party officials? Right? Is that just, that should just be educated, I'm assuming? Let's keep our fingers. Oh, look, we have a lot of not education. Well, we have an education emergency going on. Is that because, what is going on with our education emergency? Yeah, why do we have so many? I mean, we're not having an emergency in that town. I mean, we're not. Why is it saying? Oh, is it just because of the kids? I'm sorry. You know what? I do that. I really do wish they would separate that out. Like, you know, kids are not uneducated. They're just not old enough to have been educated. Does that make sense? Like, there's a difference between saying, yeah, that's, I mean, you ever heard of someone say that 4-year-old's uneducated? No, because it kind of goes without saying. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, all right. In other words, I'm just making an excuse for my own panicking there as to what happened. All right, so we're building stuff here, and we've got workers down here, and we are building this road, by the way. So I did set this bridge to start being worked on. So I'm generally probably going to leave these people alone unless we want to steal something out of there. Like, what do they need? Concrete, gravel. Yeah, I think we'll leave them alone because, you know, they got 2 mixers and 2 dumpers. Well, 3 mixers, and that's good. You know what? They have enough gravel. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe this will be something else that we do in the next episodes, is start getting a handle on our constructions, right? So now, yeah, thinking about it, let's go and take a bus out of here, sort of even things out a little bit. All right, and then what would we do down in this area? Well, I think we want to get all of this going, right? So I mean, you know, like let's now that we have people and buses and etc. Right, we should have people waiting here. We don't want passengers. Yeah, just workers, please. All right, and we're doing okay. See, now what happens, by the way, is everybody needs to go get their needs met. and nobody goes to work. Now, not no one, but you run into a problem of them not getting their needs met, not having enough people working. There we go. We got plenty of people there. We need to get this built, which is our culture. We need to get that built. Yeah, so let's work towards making the people happy here. And I think we're going to have everything we need here as far as like supplies. Like I said, we'll talk once our money starts leveling out a bit. You know, yeah, let's just get them happy. Now the other thing is too, we should be able to get people. Yeah, I can see people walking over there. So let's turn off all these buses. Oh, I don't think I got that last one. Yeah, there we go. All right, so let's go put all these buses. We don't have a depot down there. Yeah, we have a depot here. Yeah, let's just put them in here since it's closer. All right, look, our money's ticking up a little bit. Okay, nice. And yeah, we should be pretty well supplied over here. So we get these two things built. Yeah, a lot of people pumping in there. Good. Are we getting... Can't work due to sickness. Don't care. We got enough people. Yeah, sports. We're going to work on that. Entertainment. We're going to work on that. They don't care about electronics or church. Good. And then so what we'll do at a certain point here is once we get this going, we'll start working our way over to here. And we'll start designing this. But we're sort of halfway through this episode, so we'll see if we head over there or what we end up doing exactly. I don't always have a plan. Yeah, I mean, as far as this goes, we're just going to be working on that. This is something I want to work on. And I really haven't ever come to a great conclusion as to what I want to do over here. Other than... And what I mean by that is I want to be able to get into every which way to be able to construct this. But I don't want my supply to be so far away. I'm thinking if we put it right over here. Yeah, because if we were to come into this and out of this right here, we've already done some of these roads, and it would, and I think we could just get a little rail construction. No, we want constructions. I'm not sure why they put these. Well, I guess it makes sense. Yeah, we would probably do it like this way, right? Yeah, I don't, well... Sometimes I get fancy with my entrance and exit. Maybe we're better off keeping this over. Well, where is our... You know what? We could do... That would be an interesting idea, wouldn't it? I don't normally ever put it close to a town, but... I don't know why we couldn't do this. Right, and that keeps it closer for all the supplies. We can squeeze out through those. Yeah, I'm kind of liking this. Right, so let's get this guy immediately working on, since I don't think he's doing, well, yeah, you know what? He does have a few projects. So what I have him doing is getting like these railroad stations done. See how he's working on these? Yeah, we need to turn this guy off. All right, so that, you know, now eventually we'll have to talk about getting into here to work on the tram lines and everything else. So yeah, this is probably a pretty good space. I just don't know if he's going to be able to get to everything from here without building a little bit of extra track. But let's get this guy working on the road to connect it. And then we can talk about what we need. What do we need? We need road, cargo station. We should just use this one. It's better. Oldie but goodie. Right. If we did that. Nah. I don't think it matters. Let's put it over here. Right, so there's road cargo station where we can have just extra parking spaces for dropping off the stuff for him. And then we want a... We don't even need an aggregate storage. We're just going to get an unloading. Oh, look at that. Auto connects this now. That's pretty cool. That's very cool. All right, nice. My second favorite thing. Ah, look at that. We can even do really good angles. Nice. That's nice. Yeah, I do like that auto connect feature there. Okay, another big plus for the update. I'll give credit where it's due. I'll give you guys my opinion when I don't like it. Doesn't matter whether we agree, right? We don't have to agree. We're not husband and wife here. You can disagree with me all you like. Do things the way you like. That's the fun thing about playing games, especially solo games, right? Now, I guess if I want you to watch my channel, I guess I'm supposed to cater to you, but I don't know. I did decide the other day, jokingly with myself, that if anybody wants to contribute $500 a week, then they can decide what I do on the channel. And I will become much more entertaining for that specific person. So, and just so you know, if 3 or 4 of you get together and there's some kind of conflict, we can form our own club where I will have private conversations with you, either on Skype or however you guys want. Like if 4 or 5 of you got together and gave me $500 a week, we'll do whatever you want in this in these playthroughs. Otherwise, you have the power of suggestion, and I have the ultimate say. As you can see why. Now, I'm just here playing the game like you guys are, and I make mistakes, and I do things that I want to do, and they're not always the best thing. But I do really, truly appreciate your guys' comments. I mean, I've learned an awful lot, not just with this new distribution thing, you know, from your comments. So, all right, so there we go. So enough talking about that. But yeah, thank you very much for all your support of this channel, not just the comments. So what we want to do now is see if we can't get this connected so that we can do everything we need to do as far as building goes. All right, like part of me wants to connect it this way. Yeah, that's probably the best thing to do, is to have it like, yeah, we can actually cheat it like to there. No, that's not what I want. Like to here to there, right? And this can come off. Yeah, where is that building? Yeah, it can start. It can start a pretty sharp turn that way. And then you could come out this way, right? So the only purpose of that is so that they can get in and out this way and start working on that track going up this way. And then what I'd probably do is set off another train. Now somebody made some comment like that one of them's for wood and one of them's, I've never seen anything like that. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I don't know. Like, they seem to be inferring that one of these tracks in there, they all seem the same to me. I don't know what they were getting at, but yeah, you know, let's do same idea here. Well, this one's going to be a little trickier. Well, no, because we could come up. Yeah, we can come up this way for that one. Yeah, but this one would be awkward. It's going to be awkward, and we might. I don't think I'm going to get this 100% right. Yeah, I'd like to come off down here. Right. So they can get in, go this way, and then I want to get this to go there, and then can I get this to go there? Come on, you had it. Really? Turn red at least. Oh shit, did you see that? Good Lord, what was that? I don't know. Why are you doing that? I just want you to crisscross. There we go. All right, so we have a crisscross there. You know what? That's after all that. Yeah, and I busted that into littler chunks, smaller and smaller little projects. Look at how the whole thing jiggles nowadays. All right, I'm just going to destroy all of this. Take that all the way back to there. Just because I messed it up. Alright, so these two need to come together. And then go there. Yeah, see how we get these little tiny... And then this is going to feed into here. Yeah, see. Let's get rid of that. We're going to take that back a bit. Yeah, look at that. It just made that a mess. Alright, so you're going to come into here. Now, can you jump over from there to there, right? And then we want to do like this. Yeah, and then can you... Come on. Alright. Yeah, I think we can do this. Let's see. Alright, so in other words, what that lets you do by doing this teardrop shape is we could get all of the tracks completed in this area. Right? They can go any which way they want and overlap properly. If you do it the opposite way, where it's not coming from the outside, where it's coming from the inside like I used to, you can't get that center section right there worked on now. So that should get them every which way here. We're just gonna have to see if I think I can get in every which way, because you're either going from here into here or you're going from here like this way. So I think that's going to be pretty good to go on that. And then the other thing we need to do is get them into here somehow. Right? Like I'd be tempted to try to do a U-turn this way. I mean, that's not too much track. Right? How do we get them working into here? Now, we don't have to do it with the bridge, right? Yeah, really it would be to get them over here. It's just a road of... Yeah, Yeah, we'd want to do it like after here. Can we get all this in? Let's see. I don't know if we're going to get that in there. Oops. Yeah, see, I'm not going to be able to get... What I was trying to do is get the switch from this track to that track so they could do a lot of it without having to do this big fancy thing like that again. Like, yeah, because we can come up this track. And, well, I guess we're just going to have to get as much as we can. See, because if I can get on here, then we should be able to reach a lot, everything else. Yeah, you know, the thing to do here now, let's delete that and that and that. Alright, I hope that connected properly. Yeah, I'm thinking, you know, what we need to do is just like this. Crossing not allowed, that's right. Right, and then this. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, so now what we need to do is get this guy over to here. Alright, plus we're also going to need a way to get trains in and out of these loops as well, so this might not be the worst idea. Can we put signaling in here? If that's true, yeah, look, we can get a signal in both places, I think. Good. Just to make sure we can isolate this. Well, I guess we could always isolate it over here. No. There. What do you guys think? So that gets us to the point we can start actually building these things. All right. Yeah, we can move the guys up there. Look, we're up to 400,000. Nice. All right, so we'll go check that out in 1 second. All right, so let's commit to these railroads. And then it's just a matter of getting these built. All right, so we can just keep this guy busy amongst all the other keeping people busy. Look, the little tiny construction crew doing just fine. All right. There we go. All right, so how are we doing on the clothing? That's probably the biggest question I have. Yeah, good. Only 103. So, all right, what are you doing? You're okay. Yeah, these guys are relatively busy here. Look, sucking up food, right? Yeah, we're buying food, but yeah, not too many workers in there as we catch it at that moment. But then a train just came. Did that train not drop people off? Just not many. So, all right, let's go back here. I'm thinking, let's cut this back down again. Just this one side. Nope, I did two. Okay. There we go. And then what I would like to do is talk about increasing this town. No staff, workers with basic education. So no staff because there's... Yeah, that's a little disappointing here. And I'm assuming that didn't just get completed like 10 seconds ago. So if you have all highly educated workers, right? Is that actually causing them not to be able to... Well, no, because these people are working. They're just not go... See... Wow, you know what? Footpaths. Okay, sorry. Never mind. Let's keep educating them. Though we don't really need them all educated, right? Like 10 will be a good limit. Footpath. Yeah, so let's delete this one. All right, so we can just make it one project. All right. Well, we can make it 2 projects, because we can get to it from most ways. Alright, so I'll have to remember to get this last little bit done. And these guys aren't doing anything else. And then these guys might end up going someplace else. Alright, are we done? No, we're not done constructing this or that. Hey, we got our distribution, so we have a plan already. Well, I don't know what we're going to do in the next episode, but definitely we can certainly talk about that as part of what we do in the next episode. Yeah, how are we doing? Okay, all of a sudden we go from like nothing to 49. All right, well, we'll see what happens, but I think we should have stopped buying food mostly. If we come to, yeah, imports, well, we did a little bit, but that's okay, right? As long as... Let's see, because we just watched it buy food, and that could have just been a coincidence. But it's certainly a lot less than it was. So we'll see. And then how are we doing here? Well, here we're just going to be busy doing this road for quite a while. All right, and we'll leave this guy... Yeah, you know, as a matter of fact, let's... I really wish they would put that thing at the top so I don't have to close these every time I open one of these. And the scrolling just doesn't... I need to maybe turn up how fast the scrolling scrolls if I can. So let's see. Is there... Nah, you know what? They're really not working. I was wondering if they were like way far ahead of where I would want to be, but... Not really. Like, it's not like one of these is going to make a huge difference in the plan. Like, yeah. All right, so this guy's fine with what he's doing. Let's just head back down there, and then we'll check on our... Yeah, then that's another thing right there. All right, so let's go over to here and have to close that because, yeah, because of the changes. Now, by the way, I do like the scrolly idea, especially... you know, your screen may not be the same size as mine, and it gives you a little flexibility. I can't stand that opens up every time. And I don't care if that opened up every time if this would be at the top, right? So what's taking so long? Oh, so we don't have a concrete mixer. You know, well, I probably don't even need to buy one because are you guys done with the concrete? Yes, you are. You don't need... We can set 2 concrete mixers down here. In the future, this will be the better... Well, I don't know about the better place for concrete. There we go. We'll get that. Get that settled. All right, good. So how are people doing? Well, they're not terribly happy. I don't really terribly care if they're that happy. They seem like they should not be escaping. It would be nice to know whether they were escaping from a certain building. But we would rather have distribution things that don't even work that well. Yeah, so I guess everybody has their list of things that they would fix next, right? And certainly, yeah, little things like being able to tell the escapees here. And yeah, I definitely have a different list than the devs have. At one point, it seemed like we were in sync with each other, but not anymore these days. They definitely have a different vision for the game and what's important than I tend to. Or maybe they have a whole list of things that Rever said that they just haven't gotten around to, but it doesn't feel that way in the last few months. Okay, so yes, am I disappointed in this update? Absolutely, because they worked on a bunch of stuff that I wouldn't have worked on. Like, and then they still haven't fixed their windows and the click-through thing. And I did figure out something else. Like, if we open this building, and like I put this over here, and then I open this building, and I put this like here, and then I shrink this one, and I shrink this one. See how I can move that, but I can't move this one. And if I open this one, I can move that, shrink this. And I can't move this one, but I can move this one. So it's like it's not forgetting. It's like it's forgetting that this was in the way or something. Like I don't understand why you can't move this one. You know. So again, I don't know. I would work on the windows working properly because that's the thing as a player that we sit here and deal with all the time, right? Like I deal with these windows more than I deal with a lot of the other things. I didn't need a nuclear power plant yet, right? Like, I'd rather you fix the buggy kindness of the game first. All right, anyway, enough ranting once again about this update that I don't like that much. All right, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.